So what is up, pimpsos and buffaloes, and welcome back today to another video and to another voice tutorial. Hopefully today I'm going to be teaching you guys how to either improve and, well, hopefully by the end of this video you guys are going to be able to do your own Herbert the Pervert voice, so that you can go into lobbies on Black Ops 2, you can troll your friends, you can show off to your family and all of those sort of people that could be impressed by you being able to do one of the Family Guy voices. So, some of you may not know, but most of you probably will know, the most successful video here on my channel was my Peter Griffin voice tutorial. It's got over 300,000 views, over 4,000 like ratings, and I just want to say thank you for making that my most successful video. Hopefully I helped some of you guys to learn to do that voice. But the Herbert the Pervert voice is one of the most common that I see in Black Ops 2 lobbies, and probably is one of the easier of the Family Guy voices for people to do, because it doesn't really require as... I don't know how I can do the Peter Griffin voice, to be quite honest. As much as I did show you what I do in order to do it, the Herbert voice is much more common. But there is one mistake that I do see a lot of people making when they try to do this voice, and that one mistake is having the 100% influence entirely on the whistle. Of course, the whistle is quite an important part of doing the Herbert voice, and the thing that most people miss out when they do a Herbert the Pervert voice is that lispy whistle with the S sounds. For example, sweet Jesus. As you can see at the end right there, I've got that whistle on the S sounds, and that is the majority of the time where you want to use Herbert's whistle. But I do see a lot of people when I'm playing Black Ops 2 and people try and do impressions and stuff like that, the one mistake that people do make is they hold this whistle for far too long. And the problem that this makes is, say for example you say, sweet Jesus. And I'm going to use sweet Jesus as the main example because it helps you to showcase, if you're doing it with me, some of the most important things like the lispy S and stuff like that. So a lot of people, they hold on to that whistle for far too long, which means when they go again to start a new sentence, they're far too out of breath. Because even though Herbert's voice, you're meant to sound slightly out of breath because obviously he's an old man, but you don't want to be getting to the stage where you say popsicles and you hold that whistle for too long, and then as you go into another sentence, you just get a terrible voice crack. And it happens to me as well. You know, I've not got the voice down to a T, but I've been practicing it a lot, and I hope this will help you. But make sure that when you've got that whistle, it's not exaggerated too much. It's just a slight whistle at the end of the words. That's all it is. And for the S sounds, it's not like a S. You've got to get the lish in there. And the way you do this and the way you get this whistling sound is, there's a lot of different ways you can do it, but for me, I try to move my teeth closer together. For example, like, but as you can, I don't know if you can see this, but my teeth aren't actually touching together. So it's not like you're chattering away, like, you just got to get a little tiny gap between your top teeth and your bottom teeth. And in the process of doing this, it will create that whistled high-pitched sound. For example, hey Chris, fancy coming down to the cellar for some popsicles? And the way it feels when you do this voice, and the way you know you've sort of got the mouth movements right, is if it feels as if you're really tensing your lips up slightly, so that the top bit of your lip there, which is just inside your mouth, is sort of pressing against that bottom tooth as it moves its way towards the top teeth. I'll try and explain this a little bit better in the description so that you guys can go ahead and keep trying it out, or so you don't have to keep rewinding the video and stuff like that. But making sure your teeth are closer together means that whistle sound does become more prominent as it comes through that slight hole. It's as if you are actually blowing into a proper whistle, you know, like the ones referees use and stuff like that. There's like a little tiny gap like that where you blow into, and that's pretty much how that whistle is made. And the other basic tips I can give you is you've got to make sure that you remain at a high pitch. There is sometimes when Herbert's talking, he does have that voice crack, but the majority of the time, the high pitch needs to be maintained throughout. And that's something that I found really, really difficult. I used to be able to do the Herbert voice pretty well when I was about 14, 15 years old, and as my voice progressively got lower, my natural voice, it did become more difficult. But like I always say, with my voice tutorials and trying to help you guys to do different accents and voices, practice does make perfect. Not necessarily perfect, but it makes it 10 times better than if you just try it maybe once every week or so. So hopefully you guys now have a better idea. Like I said, got to get that whistle right by moving your teeth together, keep a high-pitched sound in your voice, and try to keep yourself sounding out of breath, because Herbert's an old man and he does most of the time sound as if he really does need an oxygen mask just plastered onto his face. So hopefully you guys are going to improve your Herbert the Pervert voices. Leave a video response on this video if you want to try the Herbert voice so that I can give you some feedback, some personal feedback with some responses by leaving comments and stuff on your videos, all of you guys. So if you enjoyed this and you found this even remotely helpful, I'd really appreciate it if you guys could leave a like rating. If you don't already, be sure to follow me on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram. Thank you so much for watching. Have a great day, and I'll catch you guys next time. Goodbye.